Anyway,
No,
there was a second race he won. Yeah, because he won at Singapore as well.
Yeah. Max has the first ever win in this league.
That's funny because he's never won again after like second race. Anyway, here we go. Fabian's looking at the drivers. It's the red flag reset. Only 8 cars in this race. All of us been disqualified. Last time we go. Fabian gets a very good start there from pole position. And Ian on the outside of Dan already into turn 1. A very aggressive dive bomb on the inside of one of the Ferraris. And there goes down in turn 1.
It's impossible to do turn 1.
Bumper cars at turn 1 as they all just tapped into each other there. That was just a racing incident, I have to say, because that was very aggressive. One of the Ferraris went diving up the inside. I don't know if that was Tice or Aiden, but Aiden dived on the inside and that tapped a lot of cars into turn 1. Oh, and Tice with an aggressive dive bomb on Ian, but unlike what Aiden did.
Something to fight for. Don't tap me in the back, please.
It's for the first lap, Dan. It's 35 laps. Shit happens.
Yeah, I know.
Tice goes down the inside. Oh, he's thought better that move as Ian gets tapped into the chicane there. But Ian is very slow compared to Tice, it looks like. Tice has much more pace on those hard tyres. Around the outside he goes. He's going to have the inside line for the hairpin now. Into the corner now, but it's Fabian with a 1.2 second lead over Rowan, but Tice is already into third place. We have massive lockup though, and there goes Dylan down the inside of Ian, who goes almost into the wall. I think he did hit the wall there actually, as Aiden has now been Aiden has lost out in this battle for 4th place. But I think that Ian has a good chance of getting onto the 4th position now. Dylan's been very quick here actually in the last couple of laps of this race, but Dan is already catching up to this lead group again with Aiden in front of him as Fabian gets the fastest lap on the first lap.
Season in a row where someone has been disqualified in Canada.
What happened? Who got disqualified last season? Oh yeah, Rowan.
Yeah, for crashing us out on purpose twice.
Yeah, he crashed me out on purpose really hard.
Which was for no absolute reason.
You know, he put himself in the wall and thought it was my fault. Anyway, Rowan is he closed in a bit there on the main straight. I think he used a little bit too much ERS in doing that because Fabian has now got 91% versus like. What? Did we?
No, he didn't.
No, if Tice, you won that race. I just crashed myself out. I crashed Brett out and myself because I fucking hate Brett. Purple bundle sector for Tice, 7.3 seconds up on his best time after the first lap. But it is a battle at the moment for 4th place. It's heating up now as Ian is under huge pressure from Aiden, who looks very quick. Ian is struggling on those hard tyres, as he often does, it seems, in this league, as Rowan is once again gained a lot of time on the race leader of Fabian, but he has now run out of ERS, crucially, in this race, which is actually going to help Tice quite a lot, who also has little to no ERS, as he comes to the far chicane. So it's Fabian leading from Rowan in second, but Fabian has the advantage, it looks like. He has a huge amount of ERS on this lap, and his yellow flag is out, and Dylan has crashed at the final corner there. That's a shame for him. I don't think he...
That sucks.
Does he have any damage? That's the question. As he comes, Mr. T now going on his inside. He leaves space, and Mr. T takes 7th place away from Dylan there into turn 1. He almost hits the back of him there. So that's unfortunate for him as they all concertina up at the back of the field. And Dan is now all over the back of Aiden for 5th place now in the top 5. This is a position he would like to have. Fabian may have damage apparently, as let's see. I'm going to look at the end plates on this menu here. It looks like he's got no damage visibly, so if he has got damage it's very minor, but it looks like the battle for all Rowan going over the curb there.
Oh wait, what?
Quite a bit of oversteer, and that will give Tice DRS I think on Rowan.
Did I just say that?
Rowan made a mistake a little bit, he went on the curb a little bit too much and got a little bit of oversteer to apply some opposite luck. Dylan now. And there's Dylan now over the back of Mr. T for 7th place. I think this is one of Mr. T's, if not his, first race this season. As Tice is all over the back of Rowan, and so is down to the back of Aiden. But it's the closest battle on track right now is the battle for 7th place. As here comes Dylan into the final chicane. Will he make this move stick on the inside? No, he'll back out. As Mr. T very early on the brakes there, and that very much concertinaed Dylan as he came for the final chicane. But now Tice is all over the back of Rowan now. On his inside, he backs out because that was not a good move to make. Into the chicane he goes. He's going to try and get a switch back. He was very optimistic to try and make a move there, but he didn't quite make a mistake. He had to correct a mistake there as he goes down the inside of the chicane. That was a beautiful move there for 6th place. On my screen, you went down your inside pretty cleanly. I don't know what happened there, but there's Dylan. Oh, and there goes Mr. T, makes a mistake, and that's going to give Dylan potentially the place. Might have to get a switchback though on him, as he does come off the corner quite nicely. He has the DRS down this back straight, and he could get the move on the inside line on Mr. T. And Dylan goes down the inside and makes the move stick on Mr. T, who almost hits the wall there as he gets pushed almost into that wall, but I think that was fair enough. He should have backed out anyway, so Dylan moves up into 7th place as Dan still trying to get up to Aiden for 5th place.
Thijs, je hebt al het kampioenschap.
And Rowan now is still on the back of Thijs, and with the DRS he'll actually gain a bit of time on the exit of the corner there, so this is actually a good battle here for 2nd place between these two. A bit aggressive, but it's all fair enough. And Mr. T goes back ahead of Dylan now, and Dan is inside into the final chicane, and off the track. He was forced off the track there as Dan takes 5th place away from Aiden, who goes very much onto the curb. He's still inside, there's contact, and there goes Aiden around. Almost, he just saved it. That was Aiden's fault. He drove into the side of him there. He accelerated way too early and just drove into the side of Dan, so that was apparent. I think that's his fault, so fair enough. It's a shame for Aiden there, but he's going to lose that 5th place, and he's still down to 6th. That's a good position. He's got 5.8 seconds ahead of Mr. T, who's struggling to stay ahead of Dylan now. There's a ding-dong battle between these two for 7th place, as DRS has been very powerful here today. I'm arguing more powerful than ERS, as the guys at the back have identical ERS figures at the moment. On the inside, can he make a move?
Ja, echt best wel veel.
Down the inside goes Dylan, and there he goes, spinning around. That was inevitable as Dylan spins around. Mr. T made contact with him there into that final chicane. Mr. T slows down. I'm not sure what happened there. Mr. T turned in him, I think, and there goes Rowan as well. He's trying to make a move on Thijs. Thijs has a really bad exit. This is going to give, I believe, 2nd place to Rowan now as he heads into turn 1. Down the inside is going to go. Can he make it stick? Will Thijs hang on the outside? And Thijs having to go onto the grass there. This is a very aggressive battle for 2nd place, and this is giving Fabian a huge amount of breathing room in the race league. He can get his 2nd win of the season, making this his most successful season of his career so far.
I don't want to finish behind Ian again.
And warning there for a corner cutting, I assume there was Thijs. Thijs thought about it as he heads through there, but Dylan pits. Yeah, I think he had damage from the collision with Mr. T. We'll have to investigate that, I think, because that was a very strange incident between those two. So I think under investigation is Mr. T, and Dylan will be investigated after the race, because Mr. T turned in, I believe, on Dylan, but I'm not sure if he should have backed out or not. He was ahead, but Dylan was making a lunge on the inside, and Rowan didn't give him any space. So oh, and Ty's pushing Rowan into the hairpin there as he's all over the back. And oh, big mistake from Rowan as well on the exit in the Red Bull. The Oracle sponsor very visible to Tyson as he's all over the back of him now, down this back straight into this final chicane. Can he make the move stick? It must be quite refreshing to not have a car turn into him as Tyson's got up 6 places now. Will he make it stick though, as Rowan will get oh, he won't get DRS, sorry, because there's a DRS zone. DRS detection is before both straights, so Tyson will pull away a little bit here on this main straight. That will give him 2nd place, so now he can set his sights on Fabian for the race lead, who has just been saving ERS this whole race. He has pretty much got full ERS, so Fabian's in a really good position right now. Ian though, with better ERS figures than Dan, who is gaining around about a 10th a lap here on Ian, so yeah, that's probably why Ian made a mistake. Aiden pits. Aiden is pitting. Will he come out behind Mr. T here? It's going to be close between these two. We'll keep an eye on it as we're on board with Mr. T. Here comes Aiden now. Aiden versus Mr. T on the pit lane exit. They're side by side on the exit of the corner. Mr. T has the inside line. Aiden goes around the outside on the medium tyres. Pushes him to the inside. Will Mr. T try and make a lunge on the inside? No. And Aiden gets to place. So that was crucial for him to get ahead of him there. And he does so. Rowan is still all over the back of Ty's here because he just doesn't have the ERS to pull away. And he's having a really good lap here as Rowan. Off the corner. Really good exit off the hairpin as well. And Rowan looks really fast. One thing I've noticed is Rowan isn't very fast when he's ahead of Tyus because he hasn't got a frame of reference, but when he's behind him he knows what to do because he's got Tyus in front of him to show him what to do, and he goes faster actually, just coincidentally when that happens as he goes into the chicane. Rowan takes the place back and goes into 2nd place and now pull away with the DRS down the straight. Amazing battle between Rowan and Tyus here for 2nd place.
Damage?
Oh, Tyus, shut the fuck up.
Do you have damage?
Oh, and a big mistake from Rowan there.
Damage, do you have Ian? Ah, okay.
And Tyus is all over the back of Rowan once again. So this battle for 2nd is really just like every single lap it seems is just alternating positions between Rowan and Tyus for 2nd place. Rowan braking very early there. Tyus could have braked later, I believe. But Tice needs to push so hard to pull away a gap on Rowan, who looks very quick enough at least, to keep him at bay. As Dan once again gains a little bit of time on Ian there, but not enough. As time inside goes Tice, a very aggressive overtake, and Rowan is forced off the track. That was very aggressive from Tice. I'm not sure if that was worth it. And he will have the DRS here, I believe, as he goes through the detection zone into the hairpin. Now he's almost hits the back of him. He locks up the front tyres as he tries to get in. Almost hits the back of Rowan on the exit of the corner there, which would have been disastrous for him. And as all this battling happens, Fabian has pulled a 4.2 second gap. And Ian has made a mistake at the hairpin, going wide, going deep into the corner, and that will give down to 3/10, or maybe 4 even, on him as he heads down the straight. As now Rowan is going to be under massive pressure from Tice, who goes down the inside of the final chicane. That was very aggressive, and that was fair enough. That was Tice's fault, I believe. Tice should have made a move there. That was very aggressive. He wasn't even alongside him fully there, as he just lunged on the inside. Oh, contact! And now Rowan, who spun round in that incident there, has damaged Ian. I didn't realise that Rowan spun out in that incident. How on earth did Rowan spin? I think Ty should get a penalty, actually. Ty literally just went down the inside from nowhere. There's damage to several cars now in this race as the controversy comes up.
I wanted the Ian popsicle.
I wouldn't worry about that, Dan. I think he'll catch up.
Ian is soms sneller dan dat ik ben, Rowan. Ian kan echt rijden. They're the emoji moment.
The incident between Tice and Rowan will be under investigation after the race as well, because I think that's fair enough. Rowan is all over the back of Ian as he tries his best to get under power on the exit of the corner.
But Tice deserved 5 seconds from that, Alistair.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think it was a little bit over aggressive. I think a 3-second time penalty.
No, we only do that for corner cutting.
Yeah, but like 5 seconds is too harsh, and then 0 is also not harsh enough. So I don't know.
4 seconds. No, we only
4.5 second penalty. Come on, Tice.
For these types of incidents.
Okay, I think we should investigate. I don't know. I think if we investigate after the race, then if there is a penalty, then it'll change the race results potentially. So
Or
5. Apparently 5 is what we have to do, so okay, 5 seconds for Tice, because Tice went from nowhere, was like half alongside Rowan, who had to just take the corner. Rowan, I think Rowan couldn't have left you any space there, and he couldn't in the other instances that there were as well, so I think so.
Don't waste your ERS on me.
Well, there's no ERS to waste. But yeah, anyway, Rowan is gonna gain time on Dan here. Can Rowan pass Dan on the track? He is quicker, I'd say. Rowan has been quicker all throughout this race weekend so far, so Ty's losing time to Fabian ahead of him. Has he got damage? Ty's got damage. Tice. Okay. Sure. I think you just don't have as much ERS as Fabian, so you're losing time. Oh, there we go. As a car comes in front of him, that's Dylan coming out the pit lane right in front of Fabian. So let's actually have a look at the pit stops here.
Dylan.
So Dylan has stopped twice, and Ian and Aiden have stopped once, and it's only lap 11. What tyre is Ian on right now? He's on the medium, so he'll have to stop again. Same for Aiden. Rowan is all over the back.
I wanted to battle with Ian again. It's been a
Tice,
while
you already
since
have won
I
the
actually
championship.
did.
Tice, you might even be able to win the
no,
championship
no,
twice.
it's not good for me if Fabian wins.
Like, what if you had enough points to win the championship once and then again as well? You have to have over double points to do that. Yeah, we should, for the last race, you should have to like quadruple points so I can win the championship. Rowan is all over the back of Dan, who makes a little bit of a mistake on the exit there as he went in deep, but so did Rowan, so it's going to be pretty close between those two. But the DRS is going to be enabled for Rowan here, who has to be very careful. Rowan should be patient and not dive on like Tice did on this lap. Yeah, can we have a sprint race for both the last races? Because I fucking love Kota and Brazil, they're so good for racing.
Yes, sure. Sure.
Yeah, we usually have like 2 or 3 each season. But can you not? Wait, what, Brazil or Kota? Yeah, that's fine. I can do it. Rowan is all over the back of Dan here for 3rd place, and this battle between the 2 Red Bulls might actually be holding them up a little bit here, but Dan is not quite as fast as Rowan, I wouldn't say here. Rowan's steering input's looking to be more clean on this.
The only thing I have to worry about is actually still finishing 2nd in the championship.
Rowan braking now. This is Rowan's first chance to get some decent points in a very long time in this league, so a safety car would massively benefit Tice, as he's 10.2 seconds off the lead. Fabian... Dan almost hit the wall there down the straight.
Don't make a move into the final chicane.
Right, he's so far... Rowan's so far back, Dan, he would never do that.
Same, I would also not mind a safety car.
Dan's actually gaining some decent time here on Tice, apparently, because I think he just has more ERS than Tice does.
No, I've used about 10% of it. 20.
He's defending from Rowan. Rowan's so much faster than you might as well just let him pass.
No, I wanted to battle Ian. It didn't happen. So now I'm just gonna battle Rowan.
Rowan's gonna have a really good exit here down this straight. He's gonna get the DRS and the slipstream with the ERS as well, maybe. Down into this chicane. I think it's worth a move on here though.
It's not.
And he goes down the inside.
Yeah, I've got forced off the track there.
No, Dan, he was fully alongside you. I think that's a fair move. And there goes Dan. He hit the wall there. No, you weren't. You was ahead of you into the corner, and then you, yeah.
Yeah, but I tried to stay side by side with him because I was still half a car like next to him. So.
Ja, but like Thijs was half a car next to Rowan and he crashed.
Maar ik werd wel van de baan afgeduwd. Omdat
I think there's no investigation necessary for that incident, but Rowan pulls away then.
I just got pushed over the track again. That's the only thing.
It's unfortunate there for Dan. But to be fair, if it's a safety car, Dan is very much back in the race, so anything can happen. Same goes for Thijs. So at the moment, there's no real battles on track except for the battle for 5th place now between Ian and Aiden. It seems as the closest on track. 1.3 seconds the gap between them. I think Ian is a little bit faster than Aiden, as she said. But Aiden's been very quick. He's actually gained some time. He's been gaining pace. Oh, there goes Dan. He's spun round. Fabian is benefiting from getting a slipstream here off of Dylan now. He's actually gaining a lot of time on Thijs just from the DRS, which is crazy. And he might be able to make a move here on him.
Oh shit, I've got no front wing anymore, no!
Oh, and Dan lost his front wing there.
Broke it off.
And the safety...
How is that a safety car?
Safety car is deployed here, controversially. And that has absolutely ruined Fabian's chances at the moment, because Thijs can be all over the back of him on the restart.
Bro, like, how? That was under the
Fabian
safety
just
car.
didn't pit.
Who cares? Who cares about the penalty? It was under the safety car.
And Fabian doesn't pit, but the mediums will really struggle to make it to the end here. He's going to have absolutely no grip at the end. He actually might spin out a few times. This restart is going to be absolutely insane. Here on lap 14 out of 35 in the Canadian Grand Prix. We still have 22 laps to go in this race, so a lot can still happen. 22 laps on medium tyres is going to be almost impossible, so I think Fabian is actually making the right choice to stay out here, because it is way too early to pit for mediums if he wants to have a pace advantage.
I don't have a choice but to pit.
So Fabian might have a chance to overtake Thijs at the end of the race, if there isn't another safety car. And Ian, can he get ahead of Aiden? Can he get ahead? Is Dan going to get past him? No, Dan's behind Ian with the damage he had, and Aiden is also behind him. Will Mr. T pit here? Or will he see no reason to do that? I think he will pit. Yes, he does. Problem is, if you pit now, because everyone's starting on hard tyres, they're all going to pit for mediums, and none of them are going to make it to the end with decent pace, so...
Tony's. I have to catch the safety car and don't die, so I give us the data. Same. Nee, dit is onder de safety car, dat telt het niet hè. Penalties, dit is een regel. Penalties tellen niet onder de safety car.
Mr. T then is coming out the pit lane. So at the moment it's Fabian from Thijs, Rowan, Ian, Dan who has a penalty now, which I think that won't count. Yeah, that won't count because it was under the safety car. So Aiden is now in 6th place, Mr. T in 7th. So it's pretty much the same positions as before. Ian has got ahead of Dan though.
No, it doesn't.
That's always been the case.